Spartans Stadium. I know this is your very first time here, one of the underrated environments in college football.
And he throws to the back shoulder, too far behind. Shamar Savage, the best wide receiver on this Prairie View A&M team. Connor Wisham, you see him in the backfield and the rest of the skill positions. And Wisham, the leading rusher, nowhere to go with Cal Halliday leading the charge for Michigan State. Third downs this year, Prairie View 40%. They were 50% last week in their win against the Northwestern State Demons of the FCS Southland Conference. They went 10 of 20 on third downs in that game, and they're going to have an even more difficult third down now.
5-yard penalty, third down.
There was a question about Ed Woods at corner, but he is available. And this is 3rd and 16, and a catch by Trayshawn Spiller right at the 35-yard line, past it.
Part of what you're hoping for as a defense is to force the quarterback to funnel the ball into the most difficult space possible. I'd say Michigan State accomplished that. Just Cam Peters threw a perfect ball to Spiller.
Didn't throw a very good ball on his first pass, but an excellent second pass converts a 3rd and 16 on a 17-yard play.
Bubba McDowell eventually named him the starter.
And now here's heavy pressure. Jordan Turner applying the pressure, and Peters throws it up for grabs under duress, way past everyone in the secondary. There was a conversation before the decision to drop the penalty flag, and we'll hear presumably intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 3. Loss of down at the spot of the foul. Third down.
Prairie View 1-1. Even though they won last week, they had 12 penalties for 124 yards. That's their second already of the game. They've overcome one to convert a 3rd and long, and they're looking for history to repeat itself. They've converted 3rd and 16. They face 3rd and 15. Here's trouble. Ken Talley just being simply more consistent with his assignments is what defensive coordinator Joe Rossi told us when we spoke to him yesterday. Talley is from Philadelphia and transferred to Michigan State from Penn State. Efren Jasso with the punt. Montori Foster fields it at the 33. And a nice hit in the open field. Nate Carter will run the ball. Ryan Lindgren, the offensive coordinator, told us yesterday they want to get Nate rolling a little bit more. Brandon Baldwin, the most experienced at Michigan State, with now 18 career starts as of today. Jay Coyne is into the game at fullback. Anthony, we don't see too many fullbacks these days.
All right.
But we've got an old school I formation for 2nd down and 2 for the Spartans. And a missed exchange, bumping into each other, Chiles and Carter. And down goes Chiles. Jeremiah Harris makes the play on defense, a loss of 4.
So Aidan Chiles appeared to turn the wrong way on that run scheme. The offensive line blocked as if it was ISO left. Nate Carter used his footwork as though it was ISO left. Aidan Chiles turned around as though it was ISO right. I'm pretty sure Chiles was the one who was mixed up there.
Jeremiah Harris, transfer from Kansas State, now in his 4th year playing at Prairie View A&M. The linebacker from Houston made that TFL. Now a short throw and sitting down in front of the defense, Montori Foster. 10th catch of the year for Montori Foster. Fake handoff and a bullet throw to the sideline. The 11th catch of the year for Foster. Masunas, one tight end in motion, and he blocks for another who caught the pass, Jack Belling.
And as Masunas works across the formation, he becomes the lead blocker for Velling. Nice, easy way to move the sticks.
Masunas, as you said, was blocking, but one thing Brian Lindgren said yesterday is that Belling is improving as a blocker, really at the point of attack. Speaking of point of attack, that's the kind of running style that K'Ron Lynch Adams has, and he attacks the would-be tackler after a 5-yard pickup. K'Ron Lynch Adams had over 1,150 yards last year for the Minutemen, and there he is, breaking another tackle. Now up at about 160 yards. 2 years at Rutgers, 3 years at UMass. And now East Lansing, Michigan is home for Kayron Lynch-Adams. And Jay Coyne, the fullback, is a lead blocker, and he blocked well. This run is down to the 11-yard line. Transfer from Northwestern State for Prairie View, try to stick his nose in there and make a tackle, but Lynch-Adams had other ideas. Now Nate Carter is back into the game, and Carter is stood up and still driving at the 7. And Hillman has flown off the head of C.J. Presley Jr. Lynch-Adams is back into the game. No problems at the mesh point here. Run inside the 5-yard line. Aidan Jones, who's playing one of the linebacker spots. One starter at linebacker is unavailable for Prairie View due to injury, Warren Schenkel. So therefore, Javen Jackson and Aidan Jones are playing a lot of Mike linebacker.
Reference, Mark, how they're a little bit thin up front, but you do see some bodies rotate through. Stanton Ramil in at left tackle right now. He's a fantastic prospect as an offensive tackle, former high school All-American.
Got Ashton Lepo at right tackle. And here's a bootleg for Aidan Chiles, racing for the corner, has the corner. Aidan Chiles, touchdown on the first drive of the Spartans. So here's Cam Peters and zips the ball out to Chris Herron. You'll see him play some Wildcat quarterback as well. He catches and runs to the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 pending this marker that's hit the turf.
Holding, offense, number 1. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Anthony Whedon said, you know, when another team is bigger, stronger, faster, you want to try to wear them down, and fatigue is a weapon. Here's Trajan Spiller. That's 2 catches today for Spiller. And Peters to throw here, and Peters is going to throw deep. Spiller's the intended target, but there's all kinds of coverage down there. And Charles Brantley, who had a key interception last week, nearly with the interception there. And will they throw it his way again? No, this is Chris Herron, and he tried to fight off one tackle, but swarming to the football, the Spartan defense prevents the conversion for Chris Herron in Prairie View. And Jasso's second punt. Foster runs up, waves fair catch, makes it at the 33-yard line. Nothing like starting the game with a methodical touchdown drive. Last week, Michigan State did it. 8 plays, 84 yards against Maryland. This week, 11 plays, 60 yards for a touchdown drive against Prairie View. They will move back 5 yards.
Number 65, 5-yard penalty, still first down. Please reset the game clock.
These are important reps for Stanton Ramil. You got a little bit of a jump, just a little bit of an early start at the left tackle. But as you kind of spin this forward toward the future for this redshirt freshman, he'll be a big part of how Michigan State wants to operate, not only for this season, but for the seasons to come with Jonathan Smith and Brian Lindgren's offense.
Jack Velling in motion. Chiles a clean pocket on 1st and 15 and overthrows Nick Marsh on that play. Kayron Lynch-Adams runs out of one tackle. Lower body strength, the way he finishes runs. Both Jonathan Smith and offensive coordinator Brian Lindgren pointed that out yesterday, and you can see him churning, just swarmed under eventually. This is 3rd and long. They need 13. Chiles has all day to throw, and a great throw to an open tight end, Jack Velling. He is caught from behind. Well, mission accomplished early on in terms of Michigan State wanting to get the football more to Jack Velling, who transferred with the coaching staff from Oregon State.
Quarterback Aidan Chiles is very good at dwelling on a game for just about a day and then getting over it. However, he's never really actually had a name to that concept until his girlfriend Elizabeth told him, hey, that's a 24-hour rule. You have 24 hours to think about the negatives, and then you have to get over it. Chiles has been living by that mantra for the last few weeks. Today, he's working on just simplifying everything.
In motion here, Montori Foster and the stretch handoff. Oh, my goodness, that play is blown up. Lynch Adams on the run. Tiago Sumbo. Big tackle for loss for Sumbo for Prairie View A&M. And for the second time on this Spartans drive, it's 3rd down and 13. The last one was converted on a pass to Jack Belling. This one is also converted. It's Nick Marsh who caught it, coming across the field right to left and is upended. And that thrilling win over the Terps. Montori Foster in motion. Marsh just went off the field. You saw the footage of him on the sideline. There's a throw to Belling along the sideline. It's incomplete. Did not get the required foot down inbounds, bringing up 2nd down and 10. During the timeout called by the Spartans, there has been an official review of the last incomplete pass to Jack Belling. The call stands here, Anthony. And now on the final minute of the first quarter, Jonathan Smith and his team have a 2nd down and 10. At Prairie View's 21. Nate Carter. Nate Carter drives for 5. Well, 2 big 3rd down conversions on this drive. And maybe another one. There is another one. Isaiah Johnson also breaks tackles and has scored. Touchdown! The key to ward off the first tackle of Kwame Sarkodie Jr. Jonathan Kim had 1 year where he led all of FBS in touchbacks and 1 year where he led the ACC in touchbacks. Cam Peters with the pass. Tight end Jace Medlock is in motion for Prairie View A&M. They had a 26-yard pass to Savage on the last play of the first quarter. Now a run by Scooter Adams.
Whether or not he'd have any concerns about his team being focused coming onto the field, we had an opportunity to talk to Coach about that. He said they've had a fantastic week of practice. That focus is showing so far.
The talking points obviously improving with regard to penalties and with turnovers. Most turnovers in the Big Ten in the first 2 weeks, 6. Ball's out quickly from Peters, but it's well off the mark. Just a gain of a yard by Adams on 1st down, then an incompletion on 2nd down, heavy pressure, throwing it up for grabs. And Brantley came very close to his 2nd interception of the game. Had the key interception in the 4th quarter that kept points off the board for Maryland last week. 3 career interceptions, making his 18th start today.
Brantley was a little slow to get up, so they subbed in for him on this punt return unit.
1 return, 1 fair catch so far for Montori Foster Jr. Efren Jasso the punt. Fair catch down around the 5-yard line. Got a marker down.
During the kick, holding, receiving team, number 44. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the kick. 1st down.
Split wide on the left side of the field with Foster in the slot on the left. A good punt and a hold during the punt by Michigan State has them pinned back at the 3-yard line. Chiles out of the end zone and floats it past Montori Foster Jr. for an incompletion. Chiles, ball out quickly, and this is close to being picked off. It is incomplete, however. Diving after the interception was Kevin Davis Jr.
This was nearly a catastrophic mistake from Aidan Chiles. Davis went out there, able to extend to get his left hand on it, couldn't quite reel it in. He did get a little bit of heat on him that time as well, Aidan Chiles, with his feet, his entire body in the end zone at the moment. When you're backed up as an offense, it's an opportunity for the defense to pick up points. In the least, Prairie View A&M, an opportunity to shift the field position advantage.
Looked like the Spartans were going to go empty, but now Nate Carter is in the backfield, and they throw it to the left side, and Foster near the sticks, caught the ball, is pushed back. Play made by Ahmad Robinson, and that tackle, Anthony, left them a little bit short of the first down.
It's a solid tackle made there by Robinson. In live action, it did look like he was just narrowly short of the first down. Far too big a risk to consider trying to go for a fourth down here, assuming the spot stands.
There's Bubba McDowell, head coach for Prairie View, 57 years old, from Fort Gaines, Georgia. 10 seasons as an assistant, third year as the head coach.
Ruling on the field is short of the line to gain, fourth down.
Ryan Eckley, big legs, second in FBS this year at just over 50 yards per punt. They could really use a booming punt right now as Eckley is going to field the snap in the end zone. Punts from just outside the goal line. Devon Cooper waving for a fair catch. Scooter Adams, the running back. Cam Peters, the quarterback. This is the fourth time that Prairie View has had the ball. Pass up ahead to Spiller, good for 8 yards. And of course from Corvallis, that's where Jonathan Smith and a lot of the staff that's now on the Spartans coaching staff was for the course of the last 6 seasons. Matter of fact, they've already played one SWAC game against Texas Southern in the Labor Day Classic. Here's Adams, and Adams, big hole, and then cuts off to the right side. Tripped up by Malik Spencer, but it's a first down to the Spartans' 40-yard line. Officially 16 yards on the run for Adams, who ran for over 1,300 yards in 4 seasons playing in the Southland Conference for Northwestern State. Was effusive, Bubba McDowell was, in terms of praise for Nick Saban and what he learned from him about technique. Play clock's winding down here, down to 2 seconds. Cam Peters has got to get this snap, which he does, and the ball is out down the sideline, back shoulder throw, and a tough catch is made. Trajan Spiller at the 9-yard line.
There's velocity, accuracy, going to the back hip through his receiver, Trajan Spiller. That's nice coverage to be able to fit the football in. Ed Woods is in the hip pocket of Spiller the entire way in a trail position. Pass had to be perfect, and it was.
Oakland's Ed Woods transferred from Arizona State. I mean, he was all over, to your point. That was excellent coverage.
The previous play was a completed catch. That play is under review. After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field of a completed catch stands as called. First down.
Chris Herron in motion, and on 1st and goal at the 9, there is a penalty.
Full start, offense, number 77, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Both of these coaches talked about self-inflicted wounds being an area of concern right now. Splendid play made in the open field. They were running it on an end around to Chris Herron and Chris Bogle. You know, we talked about it at the beginning of the telecast. Anthony, 17 tackles for loss for Michigan State in the first 2 games, and they've had a lot of sacks, and they put Cam Peters under pressure, and he heaves it out of bounds with Jalen Thompson closing and closing fast along the sideline. 2 long touchdown drives early for Michigan State, and they lead the game 14-0. This was 1st and goal at the 9. That's turned to 3rd and goal at the 20, and Savage can't hang on to it. Spencer was there on coverage, along with Angelo Gross, long of 47. This is 37. Garcia was a kicker at Oklahoma Baptist before transferring to Prairie View A&M. Oh, and it's off the upright. Kieran Lynch-Adams into the backfield and then wrestled down by Dante Hunter, that is, for the tackle. Transfer from Purdue and from Ohio. Run of 5 for Kieran Lynch-Adams. And they will call his number again. And finds next to nothing in terms of room.
Michigan State is going with the multi-tight end sets up to this point. They haven't been able to threaten Prairie View A&M vertically coming from those formations. So right now there's a big run focus from the Panthers defense.
Gain of a yard on 3rd and 4. Thirds have been mighty good today to the Spartans. And Chiles thinking pass now finally makes the decision to tuck it under, and a nice block by Lynch-Adams freed him to scoot up the sideline and pick up the first down, Anthony. Tucking it and going. The right decision there. And again, a great block by Lynch-Adams, who may have a chance to run the ball. Nope, Chiles will keep, will roll, will throw. Intercepted! Intercepted here by Prairie View A&M. There's also a marker down. There's a return here on this play for Cameron Amayo, who had the interception. Chiles was under pressure from Chester Giffard from Western Carolina and Idaho State, a transfer. Amayo has an interception. But there is a discussion here to see whether or not this play will stand as the first turnover of the game.
It's a really bad decision in live action from Aidan Chiles.
There are multiple fouls on the play, one against each team. Ineligible downfield. Offense, number 66. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 91. Those fouls offset will replay first down.
Very fortunate for the Spartans.
The penalty on Ashton Lepo and the interception are negated by the roughing the passer on Chester Giffard.
Been an injury-plagued season so far for Ashton Lepo. But you see as Aidan Chiles is extending the plays, looking down the field, there's no reason to force that ball. Ill-advised hit on Aidan Chiles. Yes, you want to chase the quarterback, you love the hustle, but at a certain point you have to recognize when you need to pull off. It's a potential takeaway thwarted.
Here's Nick Marsh on the jet sweep. Marsh turns it upfield and has this to the 40-yard line. Marsh, of course, made a huge impact last week catching the ball, and then an opportunity to run, and that went for 8 yards. And a huge hole here, Nate Carter. Downfield block from Montorie Foster Jr. And Carter turns on the Jets, and he will score! Nate Carter with a house call! Montorie Foster Jr. took on Freddie Bird III on that block. Kickoff, Jonathan Kim way down into the end zone. Yesterday during walkthrough, Tyneal Hopper, transfer from Boise State in a second year here, was working in that formation and helped spring him. And then nowhere to go for Lamaje McDowell, Maverick Hansen. .45 games at Michigan State for Maverick Hansen, who made that play on first down, going low to make a tackle on second down. Anthony Jones. 3rd and 5. Four-man rush. And thrown away, and this is going to be an easy pick six. There is a marker down, but the score by Brantley, I mean, he had absolutely no one in front of him when he intercepted and then ran it into the end zone. However, there is a marker down here with 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Contact to the head, defense number 15. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
There have been 2 interceptions, one by each quarterback today, negated by roughing the passer. Up to the 45-yard line. A huge penalty. Lamaje McDowell. McDowell, oh, nowhere to go. Jordan Hall is in, Jalen Satchel is in, and the pressure gets to Cam Peters. Another flag is down, however. Wayne Matthews III, who was playing at home last week that is, Largo, Maryland.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 11. That's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
And here's a pass out into the left side, and it's incomplete for running back Connor Wisham. Running play Wisham hit in the backfield by Cal Halliday, but fought through that ankle tackle, and this time Wisham gets the job done. Rowdy Goodwin is in as a blocking tight end, but now he's flexed out here, and Peters is looking down the right side and throwing it in the direction of Goodwin, but this one's intercepted in the end zone. This is not coming back like the last one did for Chuck Bradley, and he's got a lot of room to run. He intercepted in the end zone. He's running all the way across the field, trying to run it all the way down the field, looking for 100 yards, and he has done it! Incredible! Vaughn Cooper on the kickoff return. Again, great blocks by Armorion Smith and Nakai Martinez. That's the lead for the Spartans at halftime. Now, the biggest play of the half was a throw into coverage by Cam Peters that Charles Brantley intercepted and ran back for 100 yards. Masunas, the tight end. Michael Masunas with the catch.
Tight end position has always been a big part of the way they've operated. That's why Jack Velling joined them from Oregon State here. You see Michael Masunas so far this season having a big role as a pass receiver.
Number 13, 5-yard penalty, second down.
And Anthony, he did tell us yesterday they have 13 personnel sets in their playbook. That's a roll and throw by Aidan Chiles to Montori Foster Jr. Long time to throw, finally flushed from the pocket and thrown out of bounds. It had been a long time between offensive snaps for Michigan State here at the beginning of the third quarter. They hadn't had an offensive snap since the touchdown run by that man right there, Nate Carter. And Carter, blast on the right side for 8 yards. Carter looking to add to the 84 yards he has today on the ground, and does so. Enough for a first down. And like so many offensive lines in college football, maybe players with a lot of experience, but not necessarily playing together. Here's Carter to the outside and cut down along the sideline. A play made by Bryce Turner. Here is a play action and a long throw. And Isaiah Johnson already has one touchdown catch today.
Defense was in position. You mentioned the run action in the backfield. Aidan Chiles hasn't had much duress on him in the pocket, but one-on-one, Isaiah Johnson, the defender is in off coverage, but this slot fade off the delay, he works outside the hash marks. Not a lot of separation there, but Chiles fits it in.
And fits it in very nicely. And now we see Jay Coyne is the fullback in the eye. And here's a quick pass, a nice grab, cutting in. And down goes Nick Marsh inside the 10 of the 8. Handoff, K'Ron Lynch-Adams ran out of the first tackle, but not the second on a 2nd down and 3 play. All down by Aidan Jones. A roll and a throw and bobbled and incomplete, looking for Velling. Flag is down.
Offside.
Right
Defense, number 22, lined up in the neutral zone. Half the distance to the goal results in a first down.
At the 4-yard line for the Spartans. They've had workmanlike drives and big explosive plays today. And there's a marker down. There was a tackle made. Bryce Turner had fought off a block and made a very fine defensive play around the 5-yard line.
There are fouls against both teams. Personal foul, tripping, defense, number 19. That will be penalized half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down. After the play was over, personal foul, late hit, offense, number 66. That will be enforced 15 yards. It will be 1st and 10.
This is not 1st and goal at the 17. It's 1st and 10 at the 17. For the Spartans, stepping up, Aidan Chiles. Marker down, runs the ball, has a chance to score, dives for the end zone. You love the effort. He leaps for the end zone. Not sure whether or not he actually got in. There hasn't been a signal, but
Holding.
the play's coming back anyway.
Offense, number 53, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Still not 1st and goal, but 1st and really far away from a touchdown.
1st and 20 from the 27 for the Spartans. And looking to chip away, and they don't even do that in terms of getting back yardage, as the pass on the perimeter is dropped by Montori Foster. Jonathan Smith said we can really reinforce some messaging with what happened last week, rallying from trailing 3 different times to win the game at Maryland. Throw to K'Ron Lynch-Adams. Adams is hit from behind and driven forward. Fred Stokes hit him around the 20, but defenders and his own momentum push him forward to the 15-yard line. And here's Chiles putting it up, and that is on the money, but at the last second a play is made. Nate Carter looked like that was about to settle softly in his hands, but it's broken up by linebacker Robert Edmondson at the last second. Last chance saloon to break it up here, and Edmondson does it.
This was intended for awesome, but just misses the mark.
One at the end of the first half, and one to win the game. And now from 33 yards.
It's actually bringing the past into the future. So it's great for Michigan State. It's great for the country.
Great stuff from Danny and Clinton there. A lot of ways to tie that in, especially to this game here. It's special that day, that team being honored while a historically black college is here on the field.
First opportunity for Michigan State to play an HBCU team in one of their non-conference games. Trajan Spiller with a catch on 3rd down up to the 40-yard line. You get emotional hearing what Clinton Jones said, Anthony, because sports is oftentimes a bellwether for change in society, and Michigan State football in the 1960s was at the forefront of that, because again, while there were some instances of integration in college football, it was happening much more slowly. There were unwritten quotas and just a few black players on many teams, but for Duffy Daugherty and those Michigan State teams, it was something that they were at the cutting edge of in terms of integrating the sport.
A relationship between Alan Haller, the Michigan State athletic director, and Tom Goff, the Prairie View A&M AD.
It's a 2nd down and 5 now for the Prairie View A&M Panthers. Lamaje McDowell is tackled on the backfield for a loss. Here's Peters throwing, and Spiller trying to convert another 3rd down. This is going to be right at the 50, and I think enough to move the chains. Yeah, it will be another first down for Prairie View.
It was determined that the runner was short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down.
Somebody find Cal Halliday.
And then Down, marker down, first down picked up, but a penalty flag thrown right in the middle of the line where something negative for Prairie View may have happened.
Holding, offense, number 72, 10-yard penalty, 4th down.
Forces an obvious punting situation for Efren Jasso. A little bit of a rush, but he got it away. Line drive, it's rolling, it's still rolling. And finally going to be downed at the 11-yard line with 3:50 left in the third quarter. Tommy Schuster from North Dakota for the last 5 years is now in the game at quarterback for Michigan State and gives the ball to Kayron Lynch Adams. And now he's got the Spartans at 2nd down and 1 after the nice run by Kayron Lynch Adams. And another opportunity, and Lynch Adams easily picks up the first down. Again, another moment for Jay Coyne at fullback in this I formation for Michigan State. And Schuster's first pass is a Spartan. He's got a long time to throw and goes to the fullback, Jay Coyne, for a first down.
Reception for the D Coyne.
Yeah, a lot of guys happy for him around the sideline. You can see the smiles and the fun with his teammates. Now another pass here by Schuster and catching it down on the ground. Spotted down right there at the 46-yard line. That's Antonio Gates Jr. Bubba was a lot of fun to talk to, and his coaching staff. Anthony Whedon, the OC, Evan Fosselman, the DC. Well, we have talked multiple times today about Kayron Lynch Adams and his ability to finish runs. And picked up several yards after that. Trying to snap one more play before the end of the third quarter or not. Got a free play here. This is caught by Antonio Gates Jr. You had Tiago Sumbo jump across the line in the interior.
Offside, defense, number 94. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down, and that is the end of the third quarter.
Now Michigan State has Tommy Schuster in the game, and there's a big hit delivered by Prairie View on the run by Lynch Adams. He'll lose yards, go back outside the 10 to the 11-yard line. Gates, a wide receiver. Jalen Smith, a wide receiver, but they were both bunched in close to the formation. Running play, Nate Carter, marker down late. Carter, that run, barely got back to the line of scrimmage. You see Big Stephen Shaw Jr. up off the bottom of the pile.
Holding, offense, number 9, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Red Stokes Jr. with pressure. Schuster doing well here to extend the play. He got a nice block, and then ultimately a catch is made. 3rd down and goal at the 18. Tommy Schuster throws, and this is caught. Gillespie again at the 5-yard line. And hanging on to him was Bryce Turner, the safety for Prairie View A&M, preventing him from escaping a tackle and perhaps scoring.
It's good reps for Tommy Schuster to be able to get in major college game action. Good clean pocket yet again. Pass protection has been consistently stellar throughout the day.
Nice drive, but ultimately a penalty undercuts their chance to score a touchdown, and it fizzles out of the 5-yard line. So the field goal here of 23 yards for Jonathan Kim extends the lead to 33-0. Efren Josso, the Prairie View punter, is going to be punting into a breeze of some significance that's picked up here in the last little bit. However, he got a lot of leg into that kick into the wind. Montori Foster Jr. caught it at the 19. He's slicing and dicing through Prairie View's special teams. That's brought the ball up to the 44-yard line for the second time today. A drive will be led by Tommy Schuster at quarterback for Michigan State. I'll tell you a little bit more about the day for the starter, Aidan Chiles, as we wind down here in the fourth quarter. Joey Martinez is in the game at running back. Got a freshman, Brandon Tullis, in at running back. He was in pass pro there.
Been doing what I can to try and not overhype Aidan Chiles, but I feel pretty good about some of the ways I've been describing him so far.
There's a nice pass by Schuster. Antonio Gates Jr. And Antonio Gates Jr., that is, loses his balance. Brandon Tullis with the run, his first. Another run here for Brandon Tullis, the freshman.
I saw C.J. Stroud, so the flag on the play, saw C.J. Stroud and Aidan Chiles at the same point in their development as they were leaving high school, with them playing in the All-America Bowl. And I made the comparison at that point. And, you know, comparing someone to C.J. Stroud has a lot more weight to it now than it did a few years ago. But the demeanor of each of those individuals as high school seniors struck me in a very similar manner, where C.J. Stroud was under-recruited for his initial years in high school and then sort of burst onto the scene as a senior. Aidan Chiles had a very similar arc to his high school path. His was largely because he broke his throwing arm as a junior in high school, and so that's why Oregon State was sort of ahead of the curve in the way they could anticipate what he might become. But ever since then, you're starting to see, just in the years and months since that time, the potential he has.
Now Mekhi Frazier's in at running back. They faked it to him.
And it goes beyond his years. He just turned 19 years old this week.
Mekhi Frazier stood up at the 3-yard line. Frazier running again, denied going into the end zone, tackled at the line of scrimmage. There's a marker down on the far side of the field, by the way.
Offside, defense, number 47, lined up in the neutral zone. Half the distance to the goal, still first down.
Schuster throwing, and it's behind Coyne. And incomplete with 4:48 left. Coyne does have a catch today. The converted defensive end to fullback.
Well, that's what was honestly kind of surprising about the opening game against FAU, the previous time Michigan State was here at Spartan Stadium, because there was so much anticipation for Aidan Chiles, for Nick Marsh, what these young studs could be. The offense just didn't look that special. But now, you know, today there was more of an approach to try and be efficient and focus on the run game. Didn't see a lot of deep passes in today's game for understandable reasons.
And Brandon Tullis was lined up there as a fullback and took the handoff. I don't think he got in. As a matter of fact, did the ball come out? That is certainly a case that Prairie View A&M, the defenders on the field are trying to make that case, that the ball came out. We'll get an explanation.
The ruling on the field is that the forward progress was stopped. It'll be third down.
For those curious about these things, by the way, forward progress is not a reviewable situation.
We have seen Prairie View A&M and the Panthers fans just a week ago. They've seen what their short yardage defense is capable of. Certainly wasn't against an opponent like the Spartans offensive line.
Yeah, they had a goal line stand on an untimed down at the end of the game last week.
Timeout on the field.
Here is Tommy Schuster on a quarterback sneak, stays on his feet and is in for the touchdown. To make it 40-0, and there is a marker down on the extra point as Clement Bosick had a chance for his first points.
Illegal formation,
State.
defense, number 12, lined up over the snapper. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, the try is good.
When you see moments like that, and you see the, we talk about the great volleyball that's played in the Big Ten. Michigan State, oh, there's a flag here. Michigan State's women's soccer team is top 5 in the country. Seeing the great moment with your wife's field hockey team and them being inducted into the Iowa Hall of Fame, it does make you remember about the success of the student-athlete model at colleges here in the Big Ten and all across the country.
Right, and as it continues to evolve in modern times.
It's number 19, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Women's soccer, as we noted, is 5th in the country here at Michigan State. Jonathan Smith brought up the importance of the red zone. 8 of 11 on third downs. That's dynamite. There's been some third and longs picked up as Prairie View has the ball here and picks up a short gain on second down and 16. And his defense put points on the board too, Anthony.
Right.
Chuck Brantley, in case you missed it, you better go to social media and find the highlight of his 100-yard pick six. It was a heck of a play. Coming up after the game, you'll probably see the interception return, by the way. We'll send it to Dave, Ashley, and Marcel for the Big Ten Live football postgame sponsored by State Farm. They'll break down all of the action, which will include a breakdown of Charles Brantley's 100-yard pick six. Scored on a quarterback sneak for a touchdown and will take a knee and will end the game.